Welcome to my channel. I hope today's story will be something you truly enjoy. Please support me even more. Now, let's begin the story.
My name is Skylar Jade, the eldest sister in the family. Thanksgiving dinner, the table loaded with food. I paid for my little brother sneered over his wine glass. You could vanish from this world and no one would care. Parents laughed right along, Mom adding, "He's right, don't take it personally." The room froze for a beat. I set my glass down calm, looked him dead in the eye and replied, "Fine then." That single moment ignited everything. Within 24 hours, panic calls flooded in lives, upended secrets spilling. What started as a cruel joke exploded into total chaos. They never saw it coming. If you've ever felt dismissed by the people who should value you most, smash that like button and subscribe now. This family revenge story hits hard. Stay for the shocking fallout you won't believe. That insult wasn't new to me. It echoed the neglect I had felt since childhood in our old house along the Arkansas River. The wooden structure creaked with every gust, paint peeling from years of humidity, yet it was home. I arrived first, the daughter meant to pave the way. Then Quinn Jade came late, the only son after complications, Mom never fully explained. His birth changed everything. Dad Kent Jade held him like fragile glass eyes brimming with joy. Mom Opal Jade whispered prayers of thanks. I stood nearby at 7, curious but sidelined. From that day, resources tilted. Quinn tumbled often as a toddler. One afternoon in the yard, he tripped over a root, scraping his knee on the dirt. He wailed immediately. Dad rushed out, scooped him up, rocked him gently, tears streaming down his face. "My little man, you're hurt bad," he soothed, carrying Quinn inside for bandages and ice cream. I watched from the porch, my own elbow bleeding from a deeper fall minutes earlier while retrieving his toy. No one noticed. I pressed my sleeve to the wound and followed quietly. The favoritism deepened. Quinn's cries commanded attention. My silence went ignored. Mom said, "You're the big girl now. Skylar, help your brother." Help meant fetching bottles, changing diapers while Quinn cooed in her arms. Birthdays highlighted it. Mine at 9, homemade cake, 1 gift a book. Quinn's third balloons magician, a pile of toys. Dad explained, "He's little. You understand." I nodded, but the sting lingered. School reports came home. My perfect scores earned a quick good. Quinn's doodles pinned to the fridge with praise. Artistic genius, Mom declared. Dad agreed. Boys express themselves differently. Chores fell to me, lawn mowing, dishwashing, folding laundry. Quinn played outside mud on new sneakers, which Mom replaced without question. "He's growing," she excused. Summers by the river, Dad taught Quinn to skip stones, patient lessons. I asked once. Later, "Skylar, you're busy." Busy meant errands. Illness struck unevenly. Quinn's cold bed rest soup stories. My fever, tough it out. You're stronger. Friends noticed. Playdates for Quinn. I studied alone. Reliable Skylar neighbors said. The abandonment seeped into every year, a quiet ache building walls. Quinn grew, entitled demands met instantly. I adapted needs, buried. One winter, Quinn slipped on ice, arm bruised. Dad cradled him, voice breaking. I had twisted my ankle, worse nearby, limping home unsupported. Mom fussed over Quinn's cocoa. My pain dismissed. Overheard talks confirmed Quinn's our miracle, Dad said. Mom, protect him always. Me, she'll manage. Holidays amplified it. Quinn's wishes granted. Mine practical secondhand. By my teens, patterns were set. Quinn's tantrums forgiven. My questions labeled disrespectful. The neglect wasn't overt cruelty, just constant overlooking. Love measured, mine scant. Quinn charmed outsiders. I faded into the background. River walks alone, processed everything, the water carrying frustrations downstream. Abandonment infused months, years, laying the foundation for later resolve. I learned early, rely on myself. I learned to stand on my own early, turning isolation into skills no one else provided. High school ended, college funds were non-existent. I discovered free coding tutorials, online YouTube channels, forums. Nights after shifts at a diner, laptop on my knees, I absorbed HTML, then JavaScript. Errors frustrated me, but the forums provided answers. Next came a paid boot camp funded with save tips. Practice built my portfolio, simple websites, apps, solving real problems. Applications went out. Rejections piled up, but persistence led to interviews. A junior role at a startup followed, remote, flexible. Salary modest, but raises came quickly with deliverables. By 24, I was a senior engineer earning $120,000 annually. Bonuses and stock options followed. Colleagues were virtual meetings via Zoom. My home office was in my parents' spare room, quiet, efficient. Quinn struggled in contrast. He dropped classes, figuring out life. Dad shrugged. He'll settle. Mom nodded. Conversations about the house arose. My parents' old home had deteriorated, leaks, costly repairs. I ran the numbers: down payment, feasible mortgage, affordable solo. For family unity, I proposed. They agreed quickly. Closing was swift. Keys handed over. Quinn claimed the largest bedroom with river view. Payments auto-drafted from my account. Utilities and maintenance, too. Quinn lounged, searching for opportunities. Months passed. Quinn announced ventures, vague apps, shifting ideas. Needs funding, he mentioned casually. One evening, Mom called me to sit down, Dad nearby, Quinn smirking in the corner. Skylar, Mom began. The mortgage is heavy. Quinn needs capital, startup costs. Cover a few extra months. He'll repay once it launches. I stared. I already handle everything. She waved it off. Family invests. Quinn is finding his path. Dad added, you're stable, working remotely. No worries. Quinn grinned. Yeah, sis, bridge me. Discontent surged. My earnings, their ease. I agreed temporarily, but extensions kept coming. Quinn's plans fizzled, prototypes abandoned, money vanished into nights out. Work thrived, promotions, side projects. Income rose, outflows matched. Quinn remained jobless. Mom said patience, he's creative. Bills reviewed, my name alone. Resentment brewed. Overtime covered shortfalls. Quinn withdrew freely, gadgets, meals. I confronted Mom, contributions. Quinn prioritizes ideas, she replied. Dad praised Quinn's vision over my achievements. Fatigue set in. Virtual colleagues envied my setup. Family drained me. Quinn turned 25 unchanged. Party thrown on my dime. Mom pulled me aside later, launches near. Extend mortgage, he can focus. How long until success? Dad nodded. Quinn toasted from a distance. I updated applications quietly that night. The house felt like a burden, not an asset. Joint expenses quickly followed, adding to the drain I already felt from the mortgage. Mom pushed for a joint credit card right after the house closed, insisting it would simplify household needs. She filled out the application herself, listing Quinn as an authorized user without asking me. Just for groceries and small things, she promised. Dad backed her up. We're a team now. I signed reluctantly, thinking the low limit would keep things under control. The first month stayed manageable. Charges trickled in: gas for Dad's errands, Mom's doctor copays, basic supplies. I set up autopay from my checking account. Minimums were covered easily. Then Quinn's transactions appeared small. At first a bar tab here, fast food there. The app notified me of every swipe. At first I ignored it, thinking it was occasional. Patterns emerged fast. One Friday, 300 at a downtown lounge, tips included. Saturday, another 250 at a club. I pulled the statements online, heart sinking at the details. I confronted him over coffee the next morning. Quinn, this card is for necessities, not nights out. He leaned back, phone in hand. Relax, sis. Networking, future business. Mom overheard from the kitchen. Let him breathe. Job hunting is stressful. Limits automatically increased with usage. Balances climbed. I transferred from bonuses to avoid interest. Quinn's spending diversified weekend trips to Hot Springs Hotel stays rental cars. Market research, he said casually at dinner. Dad nodded in approval. Experience fuels creativity. Next, utilities jumped. Electric bills doubled. Quinn's gaming consoles running non-stop, lights blazing in his room. Water usage spiked from endless showers and laundry just for his clothes. Grocery purchases shifted, his cart filled with steaks, energy drinks, snacks. Mine had rice and vegetables. Checkout totals hit 400, weekly cards swiped without hesitation. Insurance renewed. Quinn added a beat-up pickup truck for deliveries when the startup launches. Premiums spiked. I absorbed the increase. Statements became a nightly ritual. Entertainment dominated, bar crawls, concert tickets, even a tattoo shop charge. One cycle, 800 for recreation. I printed the breakdown and handed it to Mom in the living room. She glanced quickly and handed it back. Young men experiment. You're stable. Dad reviewed later over coffee. Ambitious spending, sign of hustle. Quinn sauntered in, overheard, leaned on the counter with that familiar smirk. Sis, I'm just using the family wallet. What's the big deal? The words hit like confirmation. My salary, once freedom, was now an endless ATM. Doubt solidified. This wasn't sharing, it was extraction. Gratitude was non-existent, excuses endless. Reward points piled up. Quinn redeemed them: first wireless earbud, smartwatch. Card perks, he bragged while unboxing in the hall. App alerts were constant: liquor runs, late-night restaurants, gas for joyrides. I confronted him again in the garage. Quinn, stop. This is destroying everything I built. He laughed. Family pool. Your job pays, mine's coming. Parents mediated from afar. Mom, share the load. Dad, you're the earner. Balances surpassed 5 figures. I paid chunks from my emergency fund, watching it shrink. Quinn noticed nothing, posting his hauls online. Travel escalated: flights to New Orleans, Airbnb rentals. Market research, he said. Vehicle mods followed: tires, sound system, all charged to the card. I stayed up nights calculating exits, but inaction held ties were too tangled. The card symbolized it all: unlimited access, zero accountability. Quinn's casual swipes mocked my efforts. Suspicion grew daily. Action was pending. Exploitation was clear, tolerance thinning. That Thanksgiving pushed me to my limit. The long-standing tolerance they'd exploited finally shattered during the very dinner I had personally funded. Weeks earlier, I had arranged the most extravagant celebration: a 25-pound turkey from a local farm, fresh herbs for the stuffing, multiple pies baked from scratch, online decor, transforming the riverside house into a perfect autumn postcard. I even hired a professional cleaner to scrub every corner. The cost went straight on my account without question. I woke before dawn, the kitchen already fragrant. The oven was preheated, potatoes peeled, cranberry sauce bubbling. Dad helped the bare minimum, hanging string lights along the porch railing that overlooked the winding river below. Quinn stayed in bed, mumbling about needing rest when I knocked on his door. By noon, guests began arriving: cousins from nearby towns, aunts and uncles who'd driven for hours, old family friends, over 30 people in total. The house buzzed with energy, compliments falling thick and fast about the elaborate feast. Skylar, this looks just like a catered event, an aunt said. I smiled, carving turkey, plating servings, making sure everyone was fed. Wine flowed freely, all bought wholesale by me. Conversation drifted naturally: football predictions, holiday shopping tips, memories of gatherings past. Dad told fishing stories. Mom accepted praise for her dishes, though she hadn't contributed a thing. After the main course, the table was cleared for dessert. Pies were sliced, coffee brewed strong. Laughter hit its peak, but to me, it felt hollow. Quinn stood abruptly, raised his glass, eyes locked on mine, his voice cutting through the noise. My younger brother mocked me at Thanksgiving. If you disappeared from this world, nobody would even care. The porch fell silent. A cousin laughed awkwardly. Then Dad burst out laughing, slapping the table for emphasis. Mom followed, dabbing her eyes with a tissue. He's right, don't be so sensitive. The rest of the relatives joined in cautiously, tension dissolving into uneasy chuckles. Someone shifted the topic to how the pie tasted. Anger surged through me, every unpaid bill, every ignored effort flashing through my mind. I set my wineglass down and simply said, "All right." I stood up without another word, grabbed my keys from the hook by the door. Quinn jeered from his seat. "Can't take a joke." No reply. I pushed through the screen door. Rain was coming down hard, cold against my skin. My steps slapped the wet boards as I headed down the stairs toward the flooded driveway. The car unlocked, the door slammed. The engine roared to life, headlights slicing the rain as I backed up, gravel crackling beneath the tires. Faces pressed against the windows. Dad gesturing vaguely, Mom clutching her coat, guests whispering. "Shift into drive, press the gas." The car shuddered as it broke free of the mud and rolled forward. The river vanished in the rearview mirror, the house lights fading, wipers thrashed nonstop, matching my heartbeat. The road was empty for the holiday night street lamps warping in the streams of water. Quinn's taunt faded with distance. My parents' laughter cut sharper the farther I drove. Every detail of the setup, my money, their comfort, became unbearable. Miles past, anger settling into a strange calm. I cracked the window. Fresh, cold air swept in, clearing the suffocating haze. The secret apartments in my mind resurfaced, bookmarks from weeks of late-night searches. The rear view showed only darkness now. The storm hummed on, mirroring the shift inside me. Tension gave way to resolve, the road ahead sharpening into clarity. I hadn't said where I was going, but the direction was already chosen. Rain hammered the roof, drowning out the echoes. Freedom tasted metallic, mixed with the rain on my lips. The town limits slipped by. A new beginning waited. The rain-soaked road led straight into action, headlights cutting through the relentless downpour as resolve shifted into concrete steps. I pulled into the empty parking lot of a 24-hour diner on the outskirts of town, engine still running, wipers paused. I grabbed my laptop from the passenger seat, opening it under the neon light filtering through the fogged-over window. The banking app loaded smoothly, no holiday restrictions. The shared savings account appeared, exactly $150,000 built carefully from annual raises, freelance contracts, and years of personal saving. My name had been listed as the primary owner from day one. My parents and Quinn had been added as authorized users for emergencies long ago. With steady fingers, I initiated a transfer of the entire balance into a new personal account I had quietly opened 3 months earlier during sleepless nights when I began to suspect money from my childhood jars had gone missing. A confirmation email arrived instantly. The joint account was now empty. I moved on to credit card management. The limit had ballooned from all the continuous spending, but full control was still mine. I navigated to the security settings and blocked all future transactions worldwide. One by one, I removed the authorized users, Quinn's name fading for good. I turned off notifications so any alerts would stay silent. Sipping black coffee from the diner window, heat warming my hands, my focus shifted forward. I opened a real estate app filtering for move-in ready units in downtown Little Rock. A luxury one-bedroom on President Clinton Avenue caught my eye. 12th floor, modern amenities, panoramic city views. Available immediately thanks to the off-season. I filled out the online application, uploaded pay stubs, let the automated references verify. A notification buzzed, approved, keys ready tomorrow. Driving back under a clearing sky, the house was silent when I arrived. The porch lights were off, dishes piled high in the sink from the earlier chaos. I stepped inside quietly, feet sinking into the soft carpet. I packed the essentials efficiently, clothes into 2 duffel bags, tech equipment into a backpack. important documents into a sealed folder. The mortgage binder sat prominently on the kitchen island. My loan, my escape. I opened the app again and canceled every recurring payment. Rent was due soon, that was their problem now. Quinn's door was slightly ajar, his breathing heavy inside. My parents' room was dark, unmoving. No explanations, no theatrics. I loaded the car in the last remnants of rain and started the engine softly. At a nearby extended stay hotel, I prepaid for 7 nights in cash from an emergency envelope. The room was basic but clean. The hot shower chased off the storm's chill, fresh clothes warmed from the bag. I collapsed onto the bed, sleep hitting instantly. I woke clear-headed, signed the digital lease before breakfast. Contacted an affordable moving service, holiday season discounts. My storage needs were minimal: an air mattress, a folding table, a single chair. I left the excess behind at the old address. I picked up the physical keys that afternoon, the building receptionist handing me the card. The elevator glided to my floor as I hauled boxes alone. The door opened into an empty space echoing with potential. Setup was immediate: air mattress in the corner work desk by the window. I brewed coffee from a pod machine, the first cup tasting like independence. Stepping to the glass wall, the full city unfurled below, traffic streams, building lights, distant noise. The river was just a thin line on the horizon, no emotion, just geography. I finished unpacking linens on the shelf, toiletries in the bathroom, basic kitchen tools in the drawer. The space was mine. My phone stayed silent as expected. Money secure in its vault, access revoked. Any upcoming property issues, they'd handle them. Quinn's past missteps resurfaced faintly: the missing savings jars in our teens, the unexplained dip in the college fund. I'd brushed it off then. Now the pattern felt obvious. The choice was made, the path irreversible. The apartment thrummed with purpose. The future opened wide. 24 hours later, calls began, the phone vibrating relentlessly on the sleek new desk in my apartment. Unknown numbers lit up, first relatives testing waters. I let them ring out. Then Quinn's name appeared, bold voicemails piling like unread mail. I answered on the 5th attempt. Bar ambiance exploded through the speaker, bass pounding, heavy laughter overlapping, ice clinking in glasses. A trendy downtown joint overflowing with post-holiday crowds. Skylar Quinn bellowed to be heard. What the fuck? Card just declined right at the bar. Bartender glaring, friends laughing behind me. Tabs at 200 already, tips piling. I leaned into the chair, skyline steady through the window. Declined. Perfect. Fix this shit. Send money. Venmo, Cash App, whatever works. No transfers. He forced a chuckle, strained. Come on, prank over. Reactivate the card. Permanently blocked. Noise faded slightly. He stepped onto the patio, voice lowering to a growl. You can't be serious. Unlock it, I'm stranded here. You're stranding, your responsibility. Breathing labored, audible. Mom and Dad will lose it when they hear they're about to. Tone flipped, pleading. Sis, please. Holiday mercy. I'll square up Monday, swear. Like every promise broken. Anger surged. All right, play hardball. But mark this. I'll spill everything at the next family gathering. How you ditched us cold, snatched the house, left us destitute. Cousins, aunts, uncles, they'll turn on you fast. You'll crawl back, isolated, reputation shredded, no invites left. I smiled, serene. Spill away. Detail the bar crawls, luxury getaways, that truck. Watch who sides where. He faltered. Bluffing won't save you. Call it. Wind whistled, line, perhaps alley exit. You're torching bridges. You lit the match at dinner. Abrupt hang-up. Texts flooded, instant. Quinn, selfish cunt. Family chat explodes soon. Quinn, ungrateful leech, after all we took. Quinn, black sheep forever. Thread muted, complete. Voicemail transcribed, automatic tirade repeating smears. Voice edging, drunk. Screen went dark. Space silent. Additional calls dripped cousin curious tone uncle offering talk. Sent voicemail. Quinn forwarded image declined slip bar watermark clear. Note, courtesy of Big Sis. Another private group link relatives only. Entered lurk mode. He posted frantic emergency alert Skylar iced accounts. Stranded responses slow build emojis shock questions. Cousin, what triggered this? Quinn bailed. Thanksgiving cut lifeline. Silent watch. Steeped herbal tea positioned sofa. Alerts fully off. Quinn dialed thrice more messages. Rage, then grovel. Final reconsider. Need access bad. Terminated. Serenity restored urban hum faint. Intimidation empty. Zero hold. Quinn's history nagged sharper allowance discrepancies. Adolescence misplaced birthday cash. Brushed off. Suspicious lens now. Control, absolute composure iron. Apartment sanctuary boundaries enforced. By Saturday afternoon, Mom rang her voice, fracturing the calm, with gut-wrenching sobs the second the line connected. Skylar the post-eviction notice, 30 days to vacate. Mortgage behind 2 months. How could this happen? I paced near the window, urban energy thriving below. Auto payments ceased. Loan registered under me. She howled deeper. Our sanctuary lost Dad's scanning statements drained dry. Quinn's truck hauled away this morning straight from the porch. Silence held from my end. Pleading cascaded. Come home. Restore access. Family bonds unbreakable. Bonds without question. Forward money, clear the shortfall. Will adapt. Document outlined, 8,000 principal plus fees. Lender emblem stamped. Dad seized control. Skylar error obvious. Reactivate transfers. Quinn's devastated resumes circulating. Devastated for a vehicle, Mom rested back. He's blood. Support him for parents. Alerts chimed. Tegan Jade far-flung cousin yet perceptive. Thread unfolded. Tegan caught wind of turmoil. Honesty hour. Quinn swiped your savings young. Age 11, holiday envelope for games console. 400 gone. He gloated privately, swore secrecy. Folks unaware. Sorry for timing. Enclosed image old snapshot Quinn fanning cash grin triumphant. Next escalated junior high camp fun box. 75 lifts. Claimed forgotten. Pressed him. Denied flat. Evidence enclosed. Fingers clenched phone. Mom droned on. Skylar respond. Quinn robbed me. Early savings. Halt abrupt. No way he couldn't. Tegan documented. Multiple incidents. Muffled uproar. Dad grumbling, Quinn protesting volume. Mom murmured. Youthful mischief. Children experiment. Mischief thousands siphoned. Cries amplified. Spare us ruin. Reinstate imploring. Refused. Quinn commandeered. Lies Tegan spiteful. Wire now or litigation. Litigation. My asset, my decision. Fumed. Devastation complete. Blocked during outburst. Mom's line followed voicemail entreaties. Pledges transformation. Blocked. Dad's device message contrition blame overload. Blocked. Relations surged, aunts demand clarity, uncles propose talks. Blocked individually. Tegan persisted. Hold ground, excise toxicity. Contact needed. Replied gratitude saved exchange. Chats detonated accusations defenses. Abandoned every blocked overseers. Directory cleansed kin category void. Mails diverted trash profiles unfollowed wholesale. Eviction countdown active. Repossession done. Utilities pending my links severed. Quinn unmasked fully. Parents faced facts. Window ajar, air crisp. No intrusions breached. Rupture, absolute connection sealed shut. True family is where you're respected, not exploited. That principle forged painful directed future. Metropolis thrummed forward yesterday faded.